Hello everyone, it's great to have you back on Real ParenTEENs. You will all agree with me that life is full of surprises, sometimes pleasant and sometimes not so pleasant. Now, for our children to be able to face anything, even when we are not there are certain skills that they need to acquire. To help them achieve these skills, we need to teach them to take care of themselves. They need to learn to take care of themselves while they're still with us. Now, parents, we don't have to do everything for them. A lot of parents, believe that it is love, to help these children to do a lot of things. No, allow them to do things themselves and allow them to make their mistakes while they're still living with you. I'm going to jump into the skills, I will talk about some of them. I'm not sure if I can cover everything in one video, but let's see how it goes. The first one is what I call the social skills or manners, social skills and manners. Now, we need to teach these children the skills and manners they need, to exhibit in social settings. With the right manners, with the right skills, their social lives will be very smooth. We may not always be there. We need to teach them, to value relationships, to develop and maintain good relationships, good friendships. We need to teach them to value the views of others, to respect their views, even if their views are not, the same thing with what they feel. They don't tally with our children's views, but they need to respect other people's opinions. We need to teach them that. We need to teach them to value family. We need to teach them, to respect people's feelings generally. All this come under social skills and manners. They need to respect people. They will get respect in return. Secondly, is what I call, financial discipline, budgeting, money. We all know that with money or without money, we cannot be comfortable. For us to be comfortable, we need money. So they need to learn to respect money, okay? And in teaching them this, they are teenagers. And I believe that before they got to teenage, certain things they would have learned. If up till now they don't have, bank account, we need to teach them to open a bank account. You can take them through the process, let them go with you to the bank, let them see how it is done. It's not just opening a bank account. Teach them how to use the ATM. Teach them how to do online transfers. They are teenagers. Teach them how to make use of checks. Okay? You need to teach them, to save. They don't have to spend everything they have now. They need to learn to save. Some teenagers will tell you that, my parents don't give me enough pocket money. It doesn't have to be too much to learn, to save. If you cannot save from the little you have now, when you are grown adults, it will be difficult also for you to save. So we need to teach them to save, to plan for tomorrow. We need to teach them to learn how to budget and live within their budgets, okay? They don't have to do everything that their friends are doing, peer pressure. They need to be disciplined enough to say, this is the budget I have and this is what I'm going to live by. All right? We need to teach them to invest. There are so many things they can invest in. We need to teach them, to do their financial records, to keep financial records. This is the amount I got. This is what went out. They should be able to account for their spendings. We need to teach them to be involved in charity without necessarily, spending everything they have. It's very important. Financial responsibilities, okay? Financial discipline is very, very important, all right? If there are other things under financial discipline, please, that you remember, just put it in the comment section. Then number 3 is what I call, maybe cooking skills, food. Some people would say cooking is for ladies, it's for the girls, not for the boys. Boys eat, don't they? So they need to also learn how to cook. You may not always be there to be the one to cook for them. So let them learn basic things. Let them learn the importance of healthy diets. Let them learn the importance of nutrients. Teach them to know where to source, good ingredients from. Teach them how to make use, of kitchen appliances like the gas cooker, the toaster, the oven, the dishwasher, and so on. Let them know how to make use of them and care for them. Teach them to use the utensils, the cutleries. Let them know how to store foods, fresh food, vegetables, dry food, packaged food. Teach them to read labels on food. Let them know the content of what they are going to eat. Let them check out the expiry dates. Teach them to know the danger of eating junk food all the time. They need to know all this. What you take in. There's this popular saying that what you eat, you are what you eat. They need to know the importance of healthy, eating habits. So that is for cooking, food. They need to learn all this. They should be able to prepare simple meals. I've read many books, that have just 3 ingredients, recipes. There are many books like that. 3 ingredients, 4 ingredients recipes, nothing complicated. Boys or girls, they need to learn to do this for themselves. Okay? Then the next point I'm going to talk about is clothing, dress sense. You need to teach them this. They need to know, the appropriate clothing for different occasions. Whether you are going for an interview, you're going for a seminar, you are going to the church. What is the appropriate clothes to wear? And they need to learn to take care of their clothing. They need to know how to do their laundry, washing by hand or washing with the washing machine. When their clothes are dried, they need to know how to fold them or hang them in their cabinets. They need to know how to arrange them. They need to know the clothes that require ironing and those that don't need ironing. They need to know how to sort the clothes when they want to wash them. All these we need to teach them. Remember, they need to dress neatly. Dressing does not necessarily require something expensive. They don't need to go out of their way to buy designer clothes. Just dress smartly and neatly. Dress the way you wish to be addressed. Okay? The next thing I'm going to talk about is driving. Yes, driving. Before they leave home, they need to learn. It's not just enough to learn how to drive and that's it. Responsibilities are attached to driving. They need to learn how to get proper, documentation for their vehicle. The driver's license, the insurance and other documents that come along with them. They also need to know the importance of wearing a seatbelt when they're driving. They need to learn about road safety, road signs, in order to be safe and for other people, other road users to be safe as well. They need to learn all this. They need to learn the proper care of vehicles. Can they change tires? They need to learn to change tires. They need to learn to fuel the vehicle or buy gas, as some people will call it. A lot of other things they need to learn. So it's not just jumping into the car and they're driving off. They need to learn the responsibilities that come along with it. Then I'm also going to talk about what I call cleanliness. Cleanliness. They need and hygiene. That is, I think, the 5th point. Cleanliness and hygiene. They need to learn to keep their surroundings clean. Let them, they should learn how to sweep or vacuum, mop the floors, take out cobwebs. You don't have to do it for them. These are simple tasks that if they do every day, they internalize it. It becomes part of them. And it makes their life easy. They need to learn to empty the garbage regularly. And under this, I will also talk about their personal grooming. They need to know the importance of taking their bath every day, brushing their teeth. They don't want to go out there and open their mouth and people are, covering their nostrils. It's very important. Boys grow, hair on their faces. They need to learn to shave the hair on their faces. Boys and girls, the armpits, they need to learn to shave. Even their private parts. You need to teach them all this before they leave home. It's personal grooming. They can use cologne, let them determine what is good for them. They should be able to take care of their skin. Number 7 is what I call personal health care or first aid, simple first aid. They need to learn how to take care of themselves. You should explain what health insurance means to them and the benefits they can get from health insurance. They should know when it's time to visit the doctor. Simple first aid, they need to learn. They need to learn about, over-the-counter medications that, come in handy. They need to learn how to manage emergencies. When there's an emergency, what do they need to do? They need to learn all this. I know, I live in Nigeria, abroad, you can call 911. Here in Nigeria, I'm not sure if there's any number to call. We have. What's the number? 112. Okay, 112. All right. So for people living in Nigeria, let your teenagers know about the emergency line 112. I don't know how effective it is. So they need to know all these things. Personal health care is very crucial. That's number 7. Then number 8 is what I call organizational skills. This is very, very crucial too. In fact, all the skills are very, very important. Organizational skills. They need to learn to be organized. Otherwise, they will have problems with time management. And you know what that means? They are going into the world. They are going to be working. There's time for everything. They're going for meetings. They're going for appointments, interviews. Time management is crucial. So they need to learn to be organized so they don't have problems with time management. And people who are disorganized, they're always searching for things. Always searching for things. And that's because they are disorganized. Something is always missing. They don't know where this thing was kept. I'm sure I'm speaking to someone out there. You can introduce to them, what's this rule called? The rule of Kaizen rule. Kaizen rule says that a place for everything and everything in its place. A place for everything and everything in its place. If they learn to apply this rule, it will help them a great deal. Being organized, makes everything just fall in place. That is number 8. Then number 9 is what I call, domestic skills. Domestic skills, managing a home. Whether we like it or not, they're not going to live under our roofs forever. They are teenagers. One leg in, one leg out. They would go to school, they'll go to universities, colleges. When they are done, they want to start living on their own. We need to teach them how to source for the right accommodation or housing options. And they need to know how to take care of their home. The maintenance of a home, cleaning and all sorts. Utilities, how to pay bills. They need to learn all this. It will help them a great deal when they start on their own. And lastly, but not the least at all, in fact, it's one of the most important as far as I'm concerned. Some people, did not agree with me when I was discussing with some friends that this is a skill. They said, no, it's not a skill. But for me, it's a skill. That's the skill of prayer. Praying skill, if you can call it that. you need to teach them how to pray. If you don't want to end up being a prayer contractor. There's nothing wrong in our children, when they have issues, when they have challenges, they call us. They're no longer living with us, but we're involved. They call us and we join them in prayers and all that. But we need to teach them to be on their feet, to stand on their feet. Otherwise, every little thing is a call. And this praying skill is not something that is just for teenage. They should have started learning before, when they were younger. Starting with little prayers, reading their Bibles and, sharing the word of God with them. Because whether we like it or not, storms will come. There will be storms. That is how life is. You can't change it. There will be challenges. It's not always going to be smooth. I said earlier, life has surprises, some pleasant, some unpleasant. We thank God for pleasant ones. We still thank God for the challenges that come. It's part of life. But by the time you teach them to pray, to talk to God, they are not accidents of nature. God created them. You need to let them know this. They need to talk to God. Anytime they have challenges, anytime they're in trouble, whether mommy and daddy are there or not, they should be able to take control and pray. God answers prayers. So this is a very special skill that will help with every other skill. Let them get used to, reading their Bibles. If they are Christians, for Muslims, their Holy Code, their Quran. So that even if you are going to be a prayer contractor, it doesn't matter. But we're doing it together. When I'm not there, I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be worried. I know that they will take charge of the situation. So these are the 10 skills I'm going to talk about today. Like I said, I don't think everything will be in one video. I'll try to, talk about more skills, maybe in another video, I'll work on. So the skills I've been able to talk about today include social skills, that's manners, financial skills, when in terms of, budgeting and money, dressing, clothing skills, the clothing, dress sense. We talked about that. We talked about cooking, learning how to cook and take care of, utensils and stuff like that. We spoke about that. Then we talked about, cooking, driving skills, healthcare and first aid. We talked about that. Organizational skills that I just spoke about. Domestic skills. Okay? And what else? Prayer. We talked about prayer, prayer skill. Is there any other thing I missed out? I don't think so. So we've been able to cover all these skills, okay? Including cleanliness and hygiene. Under cleanliness and hygiene, I spoke about personal grooming, which is very important. On a lighter note, somebody was saying to me that, that it's even good that people are wearing masks, because it will save us, from a lot of mouth odor. Oh my God. Our teenagers don't want anyone saying this to them, but it happens. Somebody will open their mouth to talk to you and you're holding your breath. They don't want this to happen. So please, dear parents, these teenagers are moving towards adulthood. You don't want, teenagers that will now become adults and they are not happy. They are not happy because the skills they require, the tools they require to live a successful life, a happy life, the tools were not given to them by you, the parents. You will be the ones to blame. So let us do the right things today. Let us, do a soul search. Let us evaluate and see if we have been able to successfully pass on these skills to these young teenagers. If not, if they are still living with you, you are very lucky. It's never too late to start. Please evaluate and start doing the right thing now. On this note, I say a very big thank you for staying tuned. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. I'm also learning, As I research, I'm learning as well. Nobody is perfect, like I always say. We are all learning. We are parents of teenagers, and all we want is for our teenagers, to be responsible adults that we can be proud of. And that is the purpose of all this we are doing. So please endeavor to look through what they have, what they don't have, and start doing the right thing. The right thing starts today with you and I. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again in the other video. God bless you.